Hey guys, it's the Lady Laughs a Lot here. My voice is still doing that flu recovery, but this video is going to be like a supplement to Gratitude Sunday. I'm going to catch up on my mindful marks of March. So I think I'm going to shut this camera off and we're going to focus down on the book. And yeah, Jerry's having kind of a weird day, but he's resting. I feel like I have to whisper, but I don't. His hearing isn't the best. So anyway, here I am, and I need to focus. I need to refocus because I feel like I have a lot of concern and there's nothing else that I can do at the moment. Just let him rest. So to preoccupy my mind, I'm going to draw. I feel like I got bedhead and I don't care. I want to be in my studio and focus on gratitude. All right, so you guys let me know that you enjoy watching me do the doodles. I have some pre-recorded stuff I'll slip in there, but otherwise, let's just doodle. Maybe you've got some mindless doodling you want to do, or some sketching or whatever. Go ahead and grab it and join me, and let's just have a little studio time. All right, shutting off this camera, switching to this one. Here we go. All right, so as you can see, I have a lot of sketching already done. Like I said, I have some video I will interject. I feel like I just want to finalize these and then we'll move on to the days that we're missing. Today's the 25th. All right, so grateful on the 10th that we hit a nice balmy 60 degrees. It's interesting. I don't know if it's just because of what I'm dealing with the concerns around Jerry's health. But I almost am regretting my decision to do little doodles a day. It's just so much easier, right, to just write a quick blurb. But there really is something soothing now that I'm here, just coloring it in. It all kind of started this morning when in my everyday carry journal, I'll show you, in my everyday carry, I guess I closed the book too soon. So this is actually a cutout off of like wrapping paper. So as part of that haul I talked about on Sunday was this wrapping paper. See it right here? And one of those days when I had the flu and I was recovering but kind of stuck on the couch, I found it very soothing to fussy cut this out of the paper. And I'm kind of loving this, right? I closed the book too soon before the paint was dry, but the yellow here has kind of picked up the writing from the page over here. I kind of like that. Makes me want to get a rubber stamp and stamp the inside. So I fussy cut that out, and then this morning, to kind of calm myself, I found myself wanting to paint it in. So after I finished that, I thought, you know what, I'm on a roll. I think I'll just come in here and just play with these doodles a day. So Tuesday. Tuesday is the day I had some tea with my friend Roseanne. So I've got the teacup there. It was also the day that Jerry hit his head while I was out. So on top of the teapot is a hard hat. It's interesting enough. I know I've talked about this before, where I feel like, you know, I look and I know what these things mean, but other people looking may have a hard time. Well, after the fact, after I doodled this and a few days later, I was looking back in the book and I thought to myself, I don't understand this picture. I don't understand. Why is there a hard hat on a teapot? And it wasn't until I went back in my week and looked at what happened. I saw the picture of Jerry with the ice pack on his head. I said, oh yes, okay, I get it now. So I even confused myself. All right. Wednesday is when I had lunch with my friend from out of town. What color do I want the parachute to be? So we were enjoying ourselves at my local diner, and the husband there does parachuting. And we found ourselves suddenly looking at pictures being shared by this guy of parachuting. And it was really funny because I started asking him about base jumping, but I couldn't remember the word for base jumping, and somehow or another freebasing came out. instead the word freebasing, and it just became a very comical moment. The one having nothing to do with the other. But it was so funny, and I wanted to really remember the hysteria around that. So it's the doodle here is of a spoon parachuting. I want a lighter blue. I don't see a lighter blue. I'll use a colored pencil. Even the colored pencil's dark. I'm so sensitive to noises, and ever since we've got this oxygen compressor thing in the house, it's driving me bananas. I don't find it very soothing, and I'm trying to convince myself not to hear it anymore. All right, Thursday, I'm very grateful for that time my friend and I had sharing each other's little art journals. So what I'm depicting here are a couple of books. Hers was more of a Christmas theme. So I've got a little snowman here. Just put a little bit of Christmas colors in here. Make it look like the tartan, a little bit of plaid. Put a little scarfy on him. It was so fun to go through her book and see all the different styles of like tuck pages. And interestingly enough, some of the papers she used, I have some of that scrapbook paper, so it was kind of fun to get some ideas. And I was showing my mixed media art journal book. Oh, you know, the cap doesn't always match the color that I'm putting down. I don't know that I want orange to go with like Christmas. Oh yeah, was not expecting that dark of a green. I want to really accent this other book, give it a really hard line here so you can kind of see some depth of one book sitting on top of another. Maybe do a little shadow underneath it like that. One under here too. So then on Friday when we visited the VA, what are we doing here? Okay. I was just happy for some nice weather for a change, because it always seemed like the past few times we go to the VA, it's either raining or snowing. Got the little dials here on the dashboard, behind the steering wheel. There's the dashboard. Maybe the windshield wipers. The frame of the car window. Like you're looking outside the window at the roadway. Couple of evergreens, since it's the winter. All the other trees are kind of brown and yucky. Just almost make it look like little arrows with squiggly lines underneath it. Nice little cloud in the sky. Maybe another one just right there. Gravel, just do a little gray kind of a blue sky. Yellow sun. See, everything in here needs to be in shadow. Saturday was the day I worked on those curtains. It becomes difficult to draw like a straight line because of all the texture underneath. I was watching a quick blurb. It was Tim Burton speaking. I think I saw it on Pinterest, talking about how he likes to draw and how we all start off drawing as kids, but then something along the way tells us we're doing it wrong or it has to be done a certain way. So we all kind of just stop drawing. Trying to kind of keep that in mind. Trying to keep that in mind as I do this today, that this should just be whimsical and fun. Give my brain a little something to do. The sun is out today, but it's still a little cold out there. I walked around the property yesterday a little bit. I just needed some fresh air. Am I heading away? Trying to draw and you're getting the back of my head. Yeah, I was walking around back by the garden, looking at all the work that has to be done. And it really, you know, I should not have done it because I'm still not feeling well yet. And when you look at all the work that has to be done when you're not feeling well, it was a little bit more discouraging than it was uplifting. The pink edges. Oh, that's not quite pink. It's almost purplish. So funny how it looks like a robe to me. I'll find another pink. What about this one? Okay. All right, Saturday night into Sunday. Definitely grateful for the EMTs that showed up. The universal symbol here for ambulance. These guys were so good. And because this is something we're kind of used to, I was very prepared for them when they showed up. They had his med list out with all the details they ask, birth date, kind of what the situation is and what's going on. So when they showed up, I just explained the situation to them while I handed the piece of paper over. And Travis says to me, "You've done this before." Unfortunately, yes. Many times. So there was some joking going around. It wasn't, we needed the ambulance, but it wasn't really filled with trauma. Which is why I think 4 o'clock in the morning they showed up again after bringing someone else into the hospital and checked in on us. And that's why there's the picture of a recliner here, because when they showed back up at 4 a.m. and he saw me trying to get comfortable on really uncomfortable chairs, he went and got the recliner. Just so grateful for the doctors and the nurses. Let's see, these recliners are that god-awful tan that they use. And then Monday, when I was sick as a dog and was getting a fever, I was not fit to drive anywhere. My friend Diane, My good friend Diane, shout out to her. She was able to come and get me and take me to urgent care. Keeping this one short and sweet. And then, of course, Tuesday, medicated and sleeping. Grateful that I could. Oh, thank God for emojis. If I wore a nightcap, it would be pink. Should be those Snoopy ears. Remember that Snoopy hat I just got? That's what I should go to bed in. So as I was starting to feel better and sitting on the porch doing these doodles in the sun, I could hear the frogs in the pond coming. They've come out of hibernation and they're making whoopee in the pond. And there is nothing like the sound of a croaking frog in the spring. It really is a harbinger of spring. When I use the app in the summer, in the winter, when I'm trying to sleep, it's usually the sound of crickets and frogs croaking. So it was just such a nice day sitting out on the porch, working on these doodles. The sun hitting me. It is no wonder that I totally totally had to go back to sleep. So this little guy, I drew him to be with his head sticking out of the pond. I don't know why I'm making the pond blue. My pond is anything but blue. It's more like green. Kind of like the ripples in the water around the frog sticking his head up. Just some squiggly lines and like a circular, like a little circular pattern. Being attacked by things on my shelf. It's like a frog with a mustache. Oh, Thursday was the day I felt better. And I was looking at the spring flowers. So I think I will. I really love those snow flowers that kind of droop down like this. They're white with green stems, so we won't color them, but we'll kind of do a little green around them. Are their little hats green? Yeah, their little hats here are green. And they're kind of lost, like they're coming out of the leaves, so I feel like we should have some brown. Just do a little bit of brown around them. Oh, spring begins, and look, I did flowers. It's now the International Day of Happiness? Okay. Alright, Friday. We thought Jerry was going to be discharged. Here I am doodling that, and I'm not in camera. But I was really grateful for that plate of salmon at the cafeteria. Such good food they have. I feel like instead of trying to do a dish of salmon, I know my phone is here somewhere. I want a goofy picture of a salmon, kind of like I got the frog here. Maybe something like that. With like a lemon behind it or something. I don't even want to do the whole fish, I just want to do the face. The lemon. There's the slice of lemon behind the salmon. Maybe I just depict a little bit of green back here because I had broccoli with it. Saturday, well, Jerry came home. Ah. Am I in camera? Well, according to the recorder, I'm an hour in. And I feel very, very calm. I don't want that green. I just did the broccoli in that green. In a light green. Green. I haven't used purple in a while. Purple. Now the conundrum is we have some double squares here. Look. Sunday, Monday. Well, Sunday I caught up on the Gratitude Sunday. So I got to be with you guys. And then Monday, man, I slept. I still not feeling well. I was just so grateful. We had nowhere to go. Nothing to do. I feel like I want someone peeking over and waving with the YouTube logo behind them. So kind of like the fingers, 2, 3. Over the top, right? And I always picture my hair spiky. Oh, I wish I did cartoon faces better. So was that supposed to be me? And I kind of want to be waving. Oh, brother. My spiky hair. I like the YouTube logo behind it, which is like that red with the play button behind it, which now my head is in the way of where the play button should go. Where's the brown? Oh yeah, that makes it look better. All right, and then, so Monday I rested. Had my feet up. Maybe I should just duplicate this guy. Peeking over. With like one eye open, one eye kind of open. Oh, I used the wrong pink. This was the pink for down here. Is this the right one? Would have been better if the hat came over the forehead a little bit. You know, if like the hat kind of did this instead. I guess I could try and white that out and cover it over. Oh, and then we're caught up because today's Tuesday. It's just amazing how relaxing that gets. Like I'm ready for another nap. But at least I'm not a little bit on edge when I first started. It's another good day for napping. It's just difficult when you're kind of on edge with what's going on. But thank you for spending this time with me and helping me get sleepy and relax. I think I'm going to kick back with a cup of tea. But I'm glad to be all caught up with my mindful marks of March. Gosh, I hope I didn't put you to sleep. Oh, I hope I get some rest soon and I feel better soon. All right, guys. Thank you. Ciao for now. Until the next adventure. Hopefully a little bit more upbeat and lively. Ciao for now.